G'day, Troy Dean here from WP Elevation, and I'm here with my good friend Justin Ferryman from LearnDash, and we have got a great deal for the WP Elevation community on LearnDash, so stay with us. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about learning, online learning, learning management systems, and some of the problems with completion rates and engagement, and how LearnDash can help you solve that. And as I said, we've got a great offer coming up, so stay with us. Okay, so if we know that course completion rates and student engagement rates are so bad, and we know how to solve these problems, and we've seen the results of solving these problems with things like rewards and certificates and community, and I'm an entrepreneur and I've got an idea for a course and I want to sell that course online, how does LearnDash, your piece of software, help me do that out of the box?
Yeah, we have a few options depending on the learning program. So there's certainly things built into LearnDash that help guide a learner along, but then we also have an extensive library of extensions or add-ons, popular programs that integrate with LearnDash, which is a WordPress plugin that create these really robust learning platforms. So actually, you know what, I'll just share my screen again.
Perfect. If that's okay. Yeah, perfect. It's funny, a buddy of mine studying basic accounting at night school, just to kind of skill up, so that he's got some more kind of, just to sharpen his saw, so that he's got sort of more tools in his arsenal, if you know what I mean. And I went out for dinner with him the other night, and I was talking to him, just kind of randomly came up, I was talking to him about it. So what's the environment like, the learning environment? And he said, it's horrible.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He said, I have to force myself to sit down and study at night because it is just so painful. The interface is just horrible. And
yeah.
Do you have any idea how many students are going to complete it? And he said, no, but he said, I can see where students are. And he said, I can see there's a massive drop off after like the first week, but people just disengage because it's such a bad experience. I'm like, it doesn't have to be this way.
It's so true. And I think that's what WordPress shines as a learning management system, because it can have the functionality, but it just looks so pleasing, and you can create these really engaging communities around course content. So I'm here on the home page. So
what are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is the LearnDash homepage, where first is just kind of an overview of everything and the features and all that. And, I had mentioned though the add-ons, so let me just go there really quick. So some of the things that we have that certainly help for completion rates and student engagement in the course content as I go through. Let's see, BuddyPress. That's a plugin for WordPress that the best way I can describe it is allows you to create a site kind of like Facebook, where there's profiles and interaction between users that are on the WordPress site. We have a connection to BuddyPress, so you can create very robust profiles and communities that way. BBPress, which is a forum, so you can have course forums where people are talking about the content, or maybe you have an assignment where you want somebody to post a reaction to the content there and start a discussion. So that's another one. Down here, BadgeOS, WP Achievements, those are, like we were talking about earlier, badging solutions with points, so you can have really cool looking badges pop up on the screen when they're completing certain things and say, yeah, you just got this badge for completing your first lesson, and 10 points or what have you. And those can then be put onto a leaderboard, as you said, so them help get other people engaged with the content. Let's see, looking through here. This one here, the Zapier or Zapier, however you like to pronounce it, that's a really cool one. And in fact, that's what allows you to connect the LearnDash to over 300 different applications. For example, you can Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, and a use case could be, maybe you want to send somebody an email in one of those platforms when they finish their first lesson or second lesson, say, hey, good job, keep going, or where have you been? You haven't been in the site for a while, So just to kind of give people a gentle nudge along the way, and you can really let your imagination go with that one.
Yeah, that's been huge for us, man. We've got Infusionsoft Campaigns set up. I know you can do this with ActiveCampaign and MailChimp as well. We've got campaigns set up that, if you don't engage, if you don't complete modules, there are automatic emails scheduled to go out to remind you to complete the module. But as soon as you complete the module, you're tagged that says you've completed that module, so you don't get the email to remind you to complete the module. So it's really personalized. And the feedback we've had from our students is, they keep saying, I don't know how you do it, but I feel like there's a tutor holding my hand every step of the way, getting me through this course. And it's, most of it's automated. I mean, there's lots of planning that goes into it, but most of it's automated once the students are in the course.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm sure that's what helps them, it motivates them to continue with the content for sure.
100%, definitely.
So, there's other ones here too. We mentioned Infusionsoft, so iMember and Membarium are both good options there.
Yep.
LearnDash Toolkit. So, yeah, that's all well and good. What does it look like? I actually pulled up there's a theme out there. It's called Social Learner by BuddyBoss. It's a very attractive WordPress theme, and this isn't to say this is the only way LearnDash could look, but it's one way, and it's a popular one. So, let me flip over there.
Cool.
This is an example of the theme. As you can see, we have a course listing here. This is LearnDash. These little icons here are these different courses. But imagine the experience your friend would have, or his opinion of it, if he logged into something that looked like this, and it's just very well done. You have everything clearly. You have achievements, your courses, my friends. So that's kind of the BuddyPress Facebook thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I just were to click on my profile here, it may take a second in this demo here to see here. Maybe my achievement, my courses. What is figures, right? As soon as you start sharing something.
Yeah, of course.
It's making me create another sandbox. Okay, I'll do it real quick. Guess I got logged out for inactivity.
So this is just to be clear, this is a demo site of a product called Social Learner for LearnDash. It's by a bunch of guys. I think they're based in Chicago. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Buddy Boss, and it's this is what we use at WP Elevation, by the way, to sell our courses. It's like social interaction within a course. So it's kind of like, imagine like doing a course in Facebook and sharing it with your friends in Facebook, but like in a private little group in Facebook. That's kind of exactly how this looks and feels.
Yep, you're absolutely right. So I should be able to click around now. Okay, yeah, here we go. So I clicked on my courses. Oh, yeah, my courses. And you can see here that it's, you have activity streams, you have emails that you're getting from people. Here's some badges that they've earned for taking the course. So this is kind of like Facebook, right? You have your profile, you can connect with people over here on the right side. Immediately, somebody taking a course through something like this isn't going to feel alone. They're going to see that there's a community around what it is they're doing. That's huge with completion rates. If you just go to the courses, they can see here their status. So this is LearnDash here, and they can check and see how well they're doing and print certificates and jump into those courses as well. They can go into forums, as you see, the little forum option. They can create groups like in Facebook. So, that's just a very high-level overview. But as you can see, like this learning management experience is completely different to what we started with, with e-learning. And it's very important to have something like this to create a sense of community, and these different points and badges and leaderboards all play a part in that.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Can you go to the wall? Is the wall active there in the demo?
Let me click the wall here.
The wall is something that's been really good for us. That when people log in to our course, we ask them what they plan to achieve today, and this is the first thing they see, and they see this activity of all of their classmates who are logged in and what their classmates are planning to achieve today. And so it becomes this like little entrepreneurs competition, like, oh, well, I'm going to knock off module 3 today and get my homework done and get this stuff implemented. And so it's again, it's like turning up to class and being motivated by by the achievements of all your classmates.
Yeah, that's a great point. This is pretty slick. I mean, if you just look at it as students are completing things or sharing things, it's all going into this activity stream.
Yeah.
You're never going to feel alone with a setup like this, and that's the point. And this is why completion rates with courses that are set up on these types of platforms do so well. I think actually you wrote about completion rates on your end with this kind of setup.
Yeah, we did. So we're using this exact setup, and we're getting about 65% completion rates at the moment of our course, and that's within a 6-month period of them starting the course. So
that's phenomenal.
I mean, huge.
We were just looking at we were just looking at those 5% completion rates and those other programs. So that's exceptional.
There's one other thing that I wanted to touch on with LearnDash, which is the quizzes, because not only quizzes are important because for a couple of reasons. One, it actually helps the student remember and kind of process what they've learned. But 2, it keeps them engaged. But the other thing that I've learned about quizzes, which I think LearnDash does really well, and not to kind of pump up your tires, but the thing about LearnDash is not only can you have quizzes, but you can have multiple types of questions within the quiz, which is genius. And this is what I love about it, because You go, all right, let's have a quiz and let's have 6 multiple choice questions in the quiz. Well, guess what? 6 multiple choice questions is one way to do it. But if you've got a multiple choice question and then a fill in the blank question and then a drag and drop sort question and then like a sort matrix question and then another multiple choice question, or then like a choose all that apply question, and you can randomize the order of those questions so that if they don't get the quiz right and they have to go back and retake it, the questions are in a different order. All that kind of stuff keeps the brain engaged because it's new information. You can't just game it. You can't go through and tick a pattern of A, B, C, D and just try and guess to get it right. You have to be alert and awake and thinking, and it's constantly re-engaging those neurons to make you really engage with the content. And that's been a game changer for us.
Yeah, that's a great point. That was intentional. I think multiple choice or true or false questions only look for one kind of recall of the material, and we don't learn in multiple choice format. I think it's an important part of quizzing, of course, but you're right. You engage a different part of the brain when you have different types of questions. I mean, we have 8 different question types that are available. I think you mentioned nearly all of them. Essay questions, for example, are another. So that's a key part of success in online courses in terms of getting learners to really understand what it is that they went through, because now they're having to draw upon what they learned in different ways than just let me select a radio button and continue. They have to think about the content from different angles.
All right. Hey, and Justin, you've been very kind enough to put together a special deal for the WP Elevation community. You want to just walk us through what that LearnDash deal is?
Sure, absolutely, Troy. The coupon code for this deal is WPE16, the number 16. The end of that, and what it's going to do is it's going to give you 2015 pricing, which it's never going to be offered anywhere else, exclusive to you and your folks. So we have 3 packages. There's the basic, the plus, and the pro. Biggest differences being the number of sites that you can install on, and for the middle and top tier, it also comes with Pro Panel, which is extra reporting features for the people that are going through your online courses.
Awesome. So let me just clear that up. It's to be clear here, the basic plan is $99. The plus, which is up to 10 site licenses, $129, and the unlimited, which is unlimited, is $269. That's ridiculous. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Awesome deal for WP Elevation fans and our audience. So this deal is only available for the next few days. There'll be a link underneath this video or in the email that you will have received. So make sure you get on over there and take advantage of this promotion while Justin is in a very generous mood before he changes his mind. And I got to say, and we, hand on heart, we use LearnDash, right? We use LearnDash to deliver our course, and it is epic, and the support from these guys is amazing. So, we don't recommend anything we don't use and we don't trust ourselves. So you can rest assured that you're in good hands there.
Appreciate that.